Welcome back to R&R Sugarloaf Farm, everyone. It's Fair Week, so let's get started. So in this class, we have Calvin showing Coco. Now she is a senior doe, which this was the first time in the ring for us since we've had her because of COVID. And you can already tell that there's a couple of things that she's doing wrong, to where it's like holding her head, and everything. And of course, she is a few pounds lighter than the other ones just because of her body build. She's also the oldest out of these four by almost a year, and she's already kidded, which the other three had not. So that makes a big difference in her body structure. But we are pleased with what Calvin did with her, and what Coco did in the ring. So as you can tell with the lineup, here in a moment, the judge will wind up putting Calvin in last place with Coco, but that's okay.
Kind of an interesting lineup for our next class. Lots of differences out here, and there's definitely things that you can pick out from each one that you can appreciate about them individually. There's two up top that I think bring most good to the table, and for me the deciding factor is when you study them structurally. I think our class winner is a little bit squarer at the ground, has some more genuine width, and I appreciate that she has some more foot and bone to bring to the conversation. Now, those things definitely aren't the most important thing to me, but it's what this doe brings out here that makes her stand out. She does couple that with a really good look from the side. I appreciate how dynamic she is in her rib shape. I love how modern it is when you look at it from the profile. There's not too much there. She's good in her amount of condition. She looks like she handles good. I didn't handle her, but she looks like she would handle well. And I know that that's not important either, but it's something that you think about in terms of production. She's going to go on to raise good ones, and that's important to me. So those are the things that stood out for her in order to win the class. Young man's doe who comes out in second, here's the one who has tons of production value. You can see that extra volume, that extra rib shape, and I love that about her. You want ones that are going to go into production in the future and be practical and easy keeping and soft. And that's exactly what this doe is going to do in second. I think she's going to go on and do a really good job for you in production. As I mentioned before with our class winner, just comparatively, maybe not quite as stylish and dynamic as you look at her at her feet, bone, and at the ground. So I'd like to see her just a little bit squarer, just a little bit stouter there. Not too big of a deal, but that did slide me down into second. Congratulations.
Yeah, none of the other ones.
Two young men who are going to round out the class. For me, there's a little bit more balance and symmetry and look in the young man's third place doe, and that's why I let you slide into there. One that I would see a little bit more depth and softness in her flank, maybe come a little bit leveler out of her hip, and I think that would allow her from a design perspective to push a little bit farther towards the top of the class, but certainly one who did have that advantage in third over fourth. Young man who rounds out the class. What I can really appreciate about this one is that extra volume in her center body. I know that she's got that natural rib shape. She's going to do a really good job in production and be easy keeping for you, and I can really appreciate that about her. I'd like to see maybe a little bit more natural width and stoutness on the ground, and from the profile, a little bit more style and balance. If we can couple that production value with a little bit of show ring look, I think she can move up. Congratulations to you guys. They're a really nice group of does.
So in this class, Nora was being shown by Calvin, and it was just two in the class. Again, Nora has already kidded. It's a senior doe class, but she's already kidded. She's a year older than the doe behind her. As you can tell, her size is significant, but she doesn't she doesn't have the market class look to her, and that's what the judge was wanting. She was after the short, stocky, wide market class does. And that's okay because each year you're going to have a different judge and they're going to have different likes and various styles. And as you can see, whenever they start walking off here, you can tell the width and muscle difference between the two does.
For our next class, the one word that probably strikes me for our class winner is just really complete. Maybe she doesn't completely blow you away in terms of any perspective, but what I really like about her is she doesn't really have a big glaring hole. She puts together so many good things into a complete package. That's what I really look for in a class winner, and she does a great job of that. What I like about her over the young man's judge who comes out in second is if you look at her from the profile, she's a little more stylish. She's got more shape to her forearm, more bone and foot size at the ground. And my favorite thing about this one is as you look at her from behind, she's really powerful in her pin set, tons of rib shape, really square over her top, and yet she still has some softness and a productive look to her. So she doesn't look terminal, she doesn't look hard, she still looks like she has that production value to her, but yet that extra stoutness and shape does her a lot of favors out here. Congratulations. Now the young man's judge who comes out in second, here's a later maturing female, and I love the extra extension up through her front end. She's really smooth shouldered, and I think that she'll do a really good job as a doe. Unfortunately, as you look at her from behind, just a little bit flatter in the shape of her leg and her rib shape, so I'd like to see her with a little bit more genuine shape there. And from the side, maybe not quite as level hipped as our class winner, but in her own right, in her own type, I think she's a really good one as well. Congratulations.